everybody. Okay, so here's the recap of today's episode. And it's not going to say the same thing I just said for yesterday's episode, although there might be slight overlap. And I mean really slight. Okay, so also, I got one more thing to say about hair color and then I'll get off it. I promise. But I was kind of wondering, because they just recast Faith with Raylan Caster. She's been there for a while now, but before there was a blonde teen, and then like blondes before that. So I was always curious about what they were gonna do with the hair color because she's supposed to be Sharon and Nick's daughter. So that means they could go either blonde or dark hair, and it still fit. So apparently they decided to go with dark hair, which is cool. Um, all right. So, and the reason I bring up Raylan Caster is because she's a pivotal part in today's episode as Faith. Now, Lucy was told by Daniel to stay in their house, and apparently she had put her phone on airplane mode, and on airplane mode you can't track your what I don't know, the tracker thing doesn't work. I didn't know that. I don't know too much about phones, okay? I mean, I have a cell phone, but I've never really cared about that part. Yeah. All right. So he goes into the whole thing. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. It's for your safety, not for anything else. Like a parent would say. Okay. So then he leaves. So then she calls someone on the phone, and you don't know who it is until the next scene, right? She's calling Faith on the phone. And I'm like, she's not going to sneak out again, is she? So, no, she doesn't sneak out. But Faith comes, or Faith comes to their house to see her. Okay? And now, for the umpteenth time, this girl is telling the other girl, I don't want to hang out with you. I think you're too young. Although I do think that she took it a step too far. Although I understand, I'm kind of like, this is why I'm so conflicted sometimes because, like I've said before, I try to see everything from every angle I can. And I try to understand what someone else could be thinking or something, right? So I could see both sides. I could see that Faith being, let's say, 18, thinks a girl that's 14 is too young to hang out with, right? Although in reality, their real ages are only 3 years apart, and they're not that much. Like one's 2021 and the other's 18, but I've already discussed that. So that's kind of a moot point. But anyway, all right. So I can see that side, but I can also see how if your friend or the person you want to be your friend is telling you, I think you need to see somebody who's a professional, that's a little over the line. For me, um, I think that a lot of people have already told Lucy that they don't think it's a good idea with her fixation on Faith, and I agree with that. But I also understand that it's up to the parent or somebody else to do that. Okay, it's not up to the kid to tell another kid, hey, I think you need help. Because I don't care how well adjusted, whatever, balanced you are, you're not going to take that well. And you're going to see it as a slap in the face. So, I don't know. But she did say before she left, promise me you won't sneak into your parents' liquor because of what I'm telling you. So, I guess she did the most responsible thing she could do. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't understand the storyline for the love of, I don't understand it. Okay, I understand to the point where you don't want kids to drink, but I think they're going about it all wrong. But, all right. And then the other storyline, the more predominant storyline, is how not Faith, Sharon is losing it, or somebody could say she's losing it again. Because, well, I understand what they're trying to do, but they're trying to make sure Sharon is taking her meds. Okay? So their grand plan is to have Mariah kind of sneak in the house and check the pill bottle and then somehow get out before Sharon comes back. Although, plan averted because Sharon got back too soon, quote unquote, I guess. So Mariah is starting to snoop. She was gonna snoop in the medicine cabinet, and then Sharon got home, opened the door, saw Mariah, says, "Mariah, what are you doing here?" So then Mariah had to come up with a story to try to get Sharon off her back, kind of a thing. But I don't know. I understand they want the best for her, but I don't think sneaking around is the best uh, plan to see if somebody's doing what they should do. Also, there's a matter of a faith in a person and trust. You know, once you reach a certain age, I say 21 or above, if someone asks you if you did something and you tell them yes or no, they should believe you what you say, unless you give them a reason not to. In which case, like, say they ask you something that's a yes or no, and you lie to them, then they have a reason to not trust you for a little bit, you know. Or if you're a habitual liar or something like that, I can see, but she hasn't lied. And plus, this is now an adult child checking on her mother. Okay? That is a totally different dynamic. Um, that is not going to end well. Because even if they have all the reasons to do it, the person who was being snooped on is not going to be happy it was being done. So, once again, I don't know why they're doing it like this. But I don't even know why they're having two storylines that are kind of the same thing at the same time. I just don't understand that. I think one is enough. I'm trying to understand this, but I can't. Like, deep, I can't understand it. Unless they just wanted to have Lyndon Ashby back or show Sharon's range, but I already know Sharon's range. She's been on there 25 years. They can give her any storyline and she can do it. And convincingly so, so I don't know why they're doing this storyline. I really don't. And it's to the point that I either want something to change. I want her to get help. I want her to get well. Or I want some kind of romantic relationship out of this. One of the three. You pick. And I'll be happy with whatever you give me. Trust me. But I just want some resolution here because this has been months now. From like May until now. So 3 months and counting. That's a bit much. Okay. So, all right. Bye, guys.